Hey guys, from the Thoughtful Gardener, I wanted to share with you a recent trip to a beautiful garden here in Pennsylvania called Chanticleer. And I've taken some pictures to demonstrate some of the things that are in this garden that I think you could incorporate in your own. So I'm going to share my screen and show you some of the beautiful things that I think you will enjoy and you can incorporate in your garden. Let's go for a quick walk through beautiful Chanticleer. So I want to first say that I really enjoyed the woodland gardens here. I think that woodland gardens are something that are underappreciated in their beauty. Definitely you want to think here about texture. And one of the things I love most about this garden is the fact that it has a beautiful pine straw pathway. I have become to love pine straw in my own garden, and it's a very inexpensive and lightweight way to make your garden, especially a woodland garden, look more natural. I'm really appreciating this product this season because it's allowing me to have something in the garden that is weed free. And that's been something that I have found by incorporating wood mulches. Sometimes I am incorporating things into my garden that I didn't have before, mainly new weed seedlings. I really loved the woodland garden of Chanticleer and this beautiful pond. Not only is the waterfall very soothing to listen to, it was nice to be able to have something to look at on a very hot day. Definitely having the pool created a nice little microclimate and made it a lot cooler walking around on a hot summer day. I also loved these beautiful vistas of blue. And one of the ways that they have made this garden look less messy is to create pathways that clearly define the border. And instead of keeping it straight rows, they've made nice long curves. And I think that is something that could be incorporated into your garden. This is a flower that you might not be familiar with. It is native to central United States. It's called leather flower. I originally saw this flower at a garden called Mount Cuba, and it was in their trial garden, and I found that the hummingbird wouldn't leave it alone. I now have one of these in my own gardens and recently put one in a garden of a client's. And I think that leather flower is definitely something you want to think about incorporating if you're looking to attract hummingbirds to your garden. One of the things I loved most about Chanticleer is have things in the garden that surprise and delight. And this is really fun. One of the gardeners who has tended this garden was a jeweler. And so he's made a handrail, but he's made it super interesting. You see little tiny mushrooms there at the bottom and a really cool spider web at the top. So if you're looking to add a little whimsy, maybe take something that's practical and make it also very beautiful as well as functional. Now, it's interesting here that you see a beautiful pollinator garden beside a pool. I think this is a fun way to incorporate color by adding a pollinator garden, and they've made it very tropical and festive, which would be appropriate for around a pool, with bright orange of the butterfly milkweed and the bright pinks of the beautiful phlox. I also like that they've incorporated some vegetables. It looks here that they've got some kale growing, which is a really fun way to incorporate food into your flower garden. This is another shot of that same garden, and you might notice the roosters. Roosters are a symbol of Chanticleer, so I think that you will see a few roosters as we go through this garden. I really loved how they made a shady bench by incorporating willow branches and a vine to climb over the top. This is a great way to repurpose your branches, and it's a great way to create a shady spot in your garden by allowing a vine to climb over those branches and create a little moment of solstice. So a little moment of pause, a little moment of cool, and a really fun way to repurpose fallen branches. Here you can see the cut flower garden, and you see again they're incorporating vegetables, this really beautiful purple kale with delphiniums and beautiful pink of the phlox. So I think what I want to say here is veggies can be beautiful as well as edible. And I'm definitely going to be looking for this purple kale for my own garden. I think this is really super gorgeous and would be delicious as well. I absolutely loved how they framed this cutting garden with wheat. Who knew that grasses could be so pretty structurally? And again, you see the play of the pine straw for the pathway again, but it looks really, really perfect in this outdoor setting. I don't know who doesn't love a cutting garden, but this one is spectacular. Lots of beautiful annuals and perennials in this garden, sunflowers and lilies alike, and the delphiniums in the background. This color combination to me is a winner with the blue, yellow, and red. You can see how tall some of these delphiniums. Here's my husband standing beside a delphinium, and he's 6 foot tall. So that delphinium is as tall as he is. So it's incredible to see how tall these flowers can get. You can also see too how they're supporting these flowers, which is really helpful because as these flowers get tall, they need support. And I really like how they've done this with this string to make it so that the garden will stand upright. You can see too that the bees were really enjoying the delphinium. Did you know that blue is their favorite color? I think if you're wanting to attract more bees to your garden, blue is the way to get it done. Who doesn't love a potting shed? I really was charmed by how cute and playhouse-like this potting shed was. I always wanted a playhouse when I was a little girl. Maybe I'll get my husband to build me a playhouse that is a potting shed, an adult playhouse, right? These were some beautiful lilies. I don't know that I've ever seen lilies in this striking peach color, but it looks really good against the house. And I think this is the lesson that I learned here is to think about how the flower is going to look with the existing architecture. This pink and brown combination in my mind is a real winner. Again, another very fanciful and whimsical handrail made by the same gardener who was a jeweler. Even the bathroom was pretty. I absolutely love this vase sculpture, and you can see that they've taken flowers from all different parts of the garden and incorporated them into a little nook right here by the sink in the restroom. I thought this was a lot of fun to bring those flowers in and create a little, if you want to say, vignette of flowers that you could enjoy even as you're washing your hands. Here's a more close-up of the little railing that you could see and how it is branching like a tree. I just think this is a ton of fun, and if you're going to incorporate a piece of art into your garden, maybe you make it something practical like a handrail. Now, this is one of my absolute favorites in terms of having something in the garden. Some people don't like orange, but we have a native lily that does this. Our tiger lilies are beautiful in the woodland garden, and I planted one last year and it seeded, so I'm hoping that I get some more this year. I'm really excited to see it emerge. One of the things I had at the entrance to the house were these enchanting hydrangeas. Look at that color. You don't have to pick pink or blue. You can get them both. And you can see that the bees were loving them too. Now, if you love texture, Amsonia needs to be in your garden. This Amsonia has already bloomed, but you can see that part of its appeal is its gorgeous texture. This one is a showstopper. It looks very ferny and frilly, and when it blows in the wind, it's really quite charming. I also love behind it what looks to be a stilbe, but it's a very, very light green color. But again, great texture against that Amsonia. Speaking of texture, even the underside of leaves were quite interesting. I loved how this one looked like tributaries or even blood vessels. It was really, really pretty to see this gorgeous red veining, which really made it stand out. This is a really pretty pickerel or loosestrife. I think that the color here is really magnificent, and you could achieve this as well with our native agastaches. Pots were also not an exception here, and I love that again they're incorporating vegetables, in this case strawberries, into pots. What a great way to be a filler and a spiller at the same time, and a great way for those of you who might not have bigger gardens to incorporate this right on your doorstep in a really pretty pot. Last but not least, I really love this espalier. Espalier is a way of training a tree by getting it to grow sideways. Really great for small spaces and really great for softening the hardscape of this wall. So I hope that you've been inspired here, and I hope that you will consider incorporating some of these wonderful ideas into your garden. And if you're in the Philadelphia area, put Chanticleer on your list of gardens to see. Now, I will warn you that on the weekends you need a parking reservation. They have very limited parking, and you can't get in unless you have a parking reservation. So make that parking reservation first. And if you have an American Horticultural Society membership, you will get $3 off your admission. Garden thoughtfully and take care.